Hey guys, what's up? I'm here again, rocking a new background. Let me know what you guys think. You know, I don't mind it. I actually kind of like it. Just a bandana I picked up at my Army Navy store. It's pretty cheap and it's really heavy duty. But I like the digital camouflage. You know, the digital foliage camo. It's pretty cool. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. But that's beside the point. I was tagged again by my good buddy, the lazy spoiled kitty, Casper. And this is a video, and this chain's been going around for a while, to show your cheapest and most expensive knives. And thank you, man, for tagging me. I really appreciate it. I love doing these videos. And I think this is the second or third time he's tagged me. I know he tagged me to do the zombie video. But anyway, thank you, man, for tagging me. And guys, if you haven't checked him out, check out Lazy Spoiled Kitty. He's an awesome dude. Link down there. I'm sure most of you already know who he is, especially if you've watched some of my videos. But he's a great guy. Check him out. He's got some awesome videos. But anyway, so thank you again for that. And if you've seen in my last video, my last tag video, my Dream Knives video, I really don't have that many expensive knives. I don't even have a $100 knife yet. But that's just because, you know, once I get a little over $100, I find something else I really need other than a knife. You know, so I think practically, maybe I can get a good knife for around the $30 range. You know, I don't really need to go out and get the $100 knife just yet. You know, I bought a Maxpedition bag at Blade Show. And got the, you know, the Remora, as you guys know, which retails for $90. So that's almost a, you know, a paramilitary too. So I figured I'll get the bag instead of a almost $100 knife. But anyway, so this might be kind of boring to some of you guys. You know, if you have your, you know, your Chris Reeve Sebenzas and your Strider SMFs and zero tolerance knives and stuff like that. Your custom Hinder folders, but you know, this might be kind of boring to some of you guys, but others I think can relate to, you know, the price issues. So anyway, I'm gonna start with my cheapest knives. I have three in mind. Number one, I'm sure most of you can probably see coming, and most of you already have this knife in yours, but yeah, I gotta do it. This is one of my cheapest. Is my Spyderco Bug. This retails for, surprisingly enough, $15, which is kind of ridiculous if you ask me. But for just a slip joint knife with ACR 13 MOV steel, this size. But this was given to me by my brother-in-law. He paid about $8 for it off eBay. So $8 for this blade, which is a good price. So I got my little Bug. And flash the Ingalls Advantage card. Try to get that. Okay. Well. Poo-poo. Anyway. Alright, so I got that. Next, I'd probably have to say, this isn't even cheaper. That's probably one of my cheapest. I just wanted to show that off because it was just handy at the moment. It was the smallest. It'd probably be my CRKT Drifter. This thing retails for about $22. I picked mine up off Amazon for about $12. I know, guys, $12. But surprisingly enough, a really good knife. It's got some pretty awesome G10 handle scales. They're not terrible. Believe it or not, they're about the same texturing as a Skyline. As I mentioned in my review of this knife. So, really good knife for the money. I mean, $12. I mean, that's, you know, you're nearing the Senran Mu territory right there. So, actually, pretty nice blade. Next is probably my overall cheapest knife. And that is going to be my Ka-Bar Dozier Folding Hunter, which has previously been reviewed. Deployment fail. There we go. These guys retail for $30. But as I mentioned in my review, you can pick them up off Amazon all day long for about $15. However, that's not what makes this my cheapest knife. What makes this my cheapest knife is that I got this for absolutely nothing. You know, if you guys remember my Blade Show video, the people at Dozier gave this to me just for nothing. A little freebie. So that's friggin' awesome. Now, the reason I included this as my cheapest by saying it was nothing and not my Bug is because my Bug was bought by somebody else. They paid for it. So I was factoring in that they paid $8 for that. Nobody bought this. This was just given to me by the manufacturer. So I thought that was really awesome. So nothing for that knife. That is probably well, definitely my cheapest knife. Nothing. You know, you gotta love that price tag. Okay, like I said, this may be kind of boring to some of you guys that have a lot of the really expensive knives, but my second most expensive knife is going to be my SOG Aegis. Now this is, I believe, model number is EA01, and I got this guy pretty much right after it first came out, and I paid about $60 for it. Maybe 62 after tax and shipping and whatnot, but you can probably, I've seen them for like 50 now, 55. You can get these a lot cheaper. Let me wipe some of those fingerprints off, it's bugging me. Oh, the life of an OCD knife collector. So you got that, and like I said, about $60. So, not terrible. It's definitely a great knife. I've been EDCing that knife for a while now, and I kind of ripped on it in my review, but that's just because it has a few components that I don't really like. But anyway, my most expensive knife is the most expensive by about $20, you know, over that one. So it's really not that much more expensive. It's really not that expensive compared to a lot of people's idea of an expensive knife. But the knife I paid the most money for in my entire collection is my a model 553 Griptilian Tanto. Now, I got this guy about 3 years ago, and I paid about $73 for it. Now, that is a great deal for a Benchmade Griptilian nowadays. Now, this Aegis decreased in value. Or just price, anyway. The price slowly diminished. The Griptilians, for some reason, got more expensive. You cannot find one of these full-sized 154 cm steel Griptilians for under about $85, $89. Which, I don't know what made them skyrocket by about $10 to $12 on average, but I managed to get mine for about $72, $73. And yes, it is the 154 cm steel version. Because I know you could get the old models, which I believe were 440C stainless, and those were really cheap, or cheaper. But yeah, here again, the fingerprints. So awesome knife. Love it. EDC'd it for many years, but it's definitely my most expensive knife at $73. Now, I am currently looking into getting a Spyderco Paramilitary too. Speaking of which, you know, talking about that earlier, because I think I want that to be my first $100 plus knife. You know, I found one on Knife Center for $108. It's the standard black G10 satin finish blade version, and I love that knife. I have since I started collecting. So I'm going to go with that instead of the military, because the military is just way huge for me for my everyday uses. So anyway, be on the lookout for that video, guys. I'm really hoping I can get one pretty soon, and that will be my first $100 knife. But as of right now, in this tagged video, my most expensive knife is only $75, or around the $75 range. So, in the tagging fashion, I'm going to tag 2 more people to continue on this chain. Now, I don't think this one guy has been tagged to do this yet. I know he's been tagged for the Dream Knife video. Or was it 2 Favorite Knives? I don't know, I get confused between the two. But anyway, I'm going to tag my buddy, Mob Frenzied Homicide. And he's been a subscriber of mine for a little bit now. And he's a super cool guy as well. And he does some great videos. And definitely check him out and subscribe. But I'm tagging him. And I know it kind of seems like we keep passing around the tags, but you know, I like to support my friends on here and great channels. And this guy just happens to fit both categories. He's a good friend of mine and has an awesome channel. That is California Weapon Guy. I know he just did tag me, so I'm tagging him back to continue on this chain. But again, great guy, and check him out, and please subscribe if you haven't. So, those are the 2 people I'm tagging to this video. Again, thank you to the Lazy Spoiled Kitty for tagging me, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Alright guys, stay safe, stay sharp, and God bless. Sherman614, peace!